Welcome to the Bear Bryant Show. We're glad you could join our review of the exciting action of your University of Alabama's Crimson Tide football. The Bear Bryant Show is brought to you by Let's take a look at this week's game, Alabama versus Auburn, with comments by Coach Paul Bear Bryant and me, Charlie Thornton.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to the Bear Bryant Show, brought to you by Ice Cold Coca-Cola, by the Golden Flake family of snacks, and by the Southern Bank Corporation. And, Coach, I think that Alabama 48, Auburn 21, a beautiful afternoon at Legion Field.
Well, a very happy occasion, Charlie, and I'm particularly happy for the entire team and all the staff and everyone connected with it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm proud of this team and in a long time, because they came an awful long way since early in the year. And everybody had a lot to do with it, a lot of different people, and I'd like to name some of them later. But I think that I'm particularly proud of beating Auburn. Of course, that's the big thing. That's the thing they live with, and particularly happy for them, and particularly the seniors. And the seniors have done an outstanding job. They haven't lost to Auburn. And I don't think there's any doubt about it. We wouldn't have improved as much as we did during the season had it not been for the seniors. Now, I mean, everybody had something to do with it, but without good seniors, you don't improve. And they furnished us leadership, and we had others that furnished leadership, but they did an outstanding job. And I'd like to say, too, at this time that our coaching staff, our assistants, I think did the finest job that it's been done in an awful long time, because there again, it just doesn't happen by accident. A lot of people have to work, and they did, in my opinion, an outstanding job. I think really the best job that I've seen done since I quit coaching. And that's been a long time ago, Charlie. It was a beautiful day, a beautiful crowd. The atmosphere was just perfect. A little cool, but that was right. And, wind was blowing a little hard, but that didn't particularly matter. And but none of us would have been there had it not been for, and I want to thank them, for the parents back home that started these players on both sides, for their communities, the church, the high school coaches, the student bodies back home, the faculties back home, and at the university, at each university, as far as that goes, a lot of people have a lot to do with it. I know at our place, administration does, and the faculty and the student body, and the different organizations within the student body, and particularly the band and the cheerleaders, and certainly our entire department has something to do with winning the championship, and have a lot to do with winning the championship. Of course, the players do the winning, never doubt that, but I think all of those people contributed, and I want them to know that I certainly appreciate it. Before the game, certainly I was settled for a point. Didn't think we played a perfect game, but I think that, of course, Jeff Rutledge was terrific. But the way I look at it, and I think you see the film, that the battle was won in the trenches. The Lions actually won in the trenches, because we had the big plays on the outside, a lot of big plays. But when you see the two lines go together and you just watch it in the film, you can tell it in the film, our Lions whipped their line, I think. I know, and particularly our defensive line in the first, well, the entire game, really, on the corners we weak sometime, but our offensive line in the second half really came off the football with some authority. In the first half, I thought we were kind of tiptoeing. We were kind of acting like we were afraid we'd make a mistake or something, and we did make some mistakes, and so did they, but that's part of football. But I don't know who played well. They all played well as far as I'm concerned, because I think they all laid it on the line pretty well, and it was a great win, one of the greatest wins we've ever had, and gives us something now to fight for. I still think we have a chance at the national championship. I don't know whether we're good enough or not. And we'll find that out. If we correct some things that we did poorly yesterday, we may be able to. But we had good leadership all year, and we passed it around, but we'll be selecting, or they will be electing captains pretty soon. But yesterday, our captains for the kicking team was Donnie Faust, and for the offensive team, Johnny Davis and Neil Calloway, and for the defensive team, Dewey Mitchell and Terry Jones, I believe, right, Charlie? So anyway, again, I'm tremendously proud of them. I didn't, normally after the game, I'll go around and shake hands, pat them on the back. Didn't last night because it's knocking on the door. Everybody's trying to get in, but the players, I think, know the way I feel about it. If they don't, I hope they're listening.
We'll be back for the first quarter of action following this important message from one of our sponsors.
Saturday night, go downtown, see the sights, girls and pinballs, broken bright lights. Wish every day was Saturday night. Coca-Cola adds life when the lights are bright. Wish every day was Saturday night. Coke adds life, Coca-Cola adds life.
You know one of the best things about living in the South is eating in the South. Can't nobody make fried chicken like we can. Potato chips neither. Go.
Getting underway with this big traditional rivalry. Alabama doing a few stunts on their kickoff team. Chapman hits it away. Brooks is going to catch it about 5 yards deep in the end zone. He will down it there. And Auburn will play it 1st and 10 at the 20. Chapman got a good foot in that ball with a wind behind him, Gus.
Very good kick that time. I know Andrews wanted to run the football out, but he kicked it 6 or 7 yards deep in the end zone, and Brooks downed it. I may have said Andrews. I meant to say Brooks. But Alabama wants to kick off early since they've got the win. The Auburn team is young. They hope to get a turnover. A young team sometimes gets tight. If they get tight and they turn it over, Alabama's got field position and the opportunity to score.
Charlie Trotman is the quarterback. He's got Andrews and Cribbs behind him in the eye. Here comes Franklin in motion left side. Bird is wide right. Trotman is going to give to Andrews, and he's caught for a couple of yards long. Bird is wide right. Here is Trotman on a quick count, giving to Andrews, and he fought his way back near the 20. Not much doing, trying to come inside for William Andrews. And let's see, coming off the bottom of the file defensively is Rich Wingo, the linebacker from Elkhart, Indiana, who is 6'2", 230 and a junior. Alabama. All right, 3rd and 10 Auburn. That's the 20, wide out to either side this time. High backfield for Trotman. He's rolling to throw. Trotman is looking upfield. He swings it out here to Brooks. That's the Cribbs at the 20, 25, fighting for the first down yardage. It's going to be close. It depends on where they mark his progress. I believe they're giving him across the 30. It will be an Auburn first down. Nice running by Joe Cribbs after he caught the ball. He caught it on about the 20. Rich Wingo finally made the tackle, but Gusty Cribbs lowered his shoulder and got the yard or two he had to have for the first down.
The running was responsible for picking up that first down. Alabama had people in position to stop Cribbs, but he's a strong runner. That time he bowled his way over. A nice little play, little swing pass out to Cribbs over here in the left flat, picked up the first down.
First down, they look at 3rd and 3 here on the 37. Wide out to either side. Here is Trotman on an option play. Pitch back to Cribbs wide. Cribbs has got his first down yardage and a yard to spare out to the 42. Gusty, an excellent pitch by Charlie Trotman. It looked like he wanted to keep it at first. Saw himself getting into trouble and made a long lateral pitch back to Cribbs, and Cribbs gets the 1st and 10.
Great play by Trotman, but I'll tell you, Mike Kramer, the defensive back, I thought that there was some running room out there, Gary, but Kramer made the good play to get out, although it is another first down for Auburn.
The 42. They made it with about a yard to spare. Here is a quick give to the fullback, Andrews, and he pops through across the 45, out to about the 47. Well, mark him on the 46-yard line. Quick hitter on the right side for William Andrews. One else is in tight. The Bird is lined up at a tight end this time. High backfield. Trotman gives to Cribbs. He's coming up the middle, across midfield, into the Alabama 49. Very near a first down, but he's going to be shy by about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and about 1 for Auburn as Joe Cribbs got across midfield. Rich Wingo again makes the defensive play for the University of Alabama. 11 minutes and 2 seconds left, first quarter. No score at Legion Field. Auburn receiving the opening kickoff. Looking at 3rd down and less than a yard to go now. 50. All right, single wide out left side. That's Dover who's come in now. And here is the give to Andrews, and he, I think, has his first down. Again, will depend on the marking of the officials. Might be close enough for a measurement, but from up here, it looks like 1st and 10 Auburn. And they have made all 3 of these first downs, Gusty, just by the narrowest of margin, but it is another 1st and 10. Dover stays in there. He'll go wide right. So Bird is out of the lineup. McCall is the tight end on the left side. I backfield. Charlie Trotman may be checking off. He goes up and down the line, gives it to Cribbs, and Cribbs is not going to get much, maybe a yard, as he tried to slant over right tackle. I'd like to send greetings out today to a couple of folks. Robert Murphy, an Auburn fan from Arab, is reportedly in the hospital. And Mr. Murphy, we wish you the best. Auburn on the Crimson Tide, 47 now. Single wide out his right side, and here is Trotman back to throw. Blitz is coming. Blitz is after him. Trotman way back deep is going to be caught all the way back on the 36. He had so much blitz coming, and Dusty, he wanted to dump it off the Cribbs when he saw the blitz. But Hannah and Mitchell were running him down, and somebody did a good job of covering up Cribbs, so Trotman had nowhere to throw it, although a little hindsight, he might have wanted to loft it high over Cribbs' head out of bounds, but we got more time to think about it than Charlie does.
Of course, another problem, he had 4 Alabama jerseys chasing him, and it's hard to see through those big people. I don't believe he could see anybody except the white coming after him, and that time they pushed him all the way back to stop or to potentially stop a good Auburn drive.
That's minus 16. He's all the way back on the 36 now. And here is Mark Robbins wide to the left side as Trotman is back to throw. On third and very long, Trotman is away, downfield, incomplete intended for Reese McCall across midfield. And McCall goes on into the bench and crashes into freshman quarterback Ken Luke, and they both go down in the heap. But it will be fourth down, and Auburn will punt into the wind. After 3 first downs, a big blitz. Alabama called the blitz exactly the right time when Trotman was going back. And Ozzie Newsom, very dangerous returner, will be deep for Alabama. Skip Johnson in front formation. 8 men on the line of scrimmage for the Tide. They'd love to block one, of course. They have wanted to for several years. Johnson with a low liner. The wind is going to push it. It's out of bounds right at the 30. Alabama will play it there. With timeout on the field to score Auburn nothing, Alabama nothing. All right, here's Alabama first and 10, and up the middle, Johnny Davis, and Freddie Smith pops him as he gets 2 yards. Starting Ferguson, Nathan, and Davis in the wishbone. Wide out Newsom is left side. And here is second down and 8. Quick pitch deep to Nathan. He's sweeping. He's over the 35 out to about the 37 or 8 yard line. Yeah. Well, Newsom has left the game, and Bruce Bolton is in wide. He's the only wide out. Bolton replacing Newsom. 3rd and 2 for Alabama. Here comes Johnny Davis inside. He's got the first down. He's slanted a little bit left. Got it out to about the 43 yard line. The Tide will have first down there. First down for Alabama. Donnie Gibbons, the nose guard, made the play defensively for Auburn. 1st and 10 for the Tide. Newsom will go wide left. The tight end, Neal, is on the right, of course, and they're in the full wishbone backfield with Jeff Rutledge on first down. See what Rutledge will do with it here. He's going to take it to Davis. He's keeping it himself in a quarterback seat. He's out to the 50. Now he pitches. And near a first down is going to be Ferguson, who got the pitch at the last moment. Good play by Rick Freeman, who did not come in on the quarterback. 2 other tacklers were coming on Rutledge. And that's where they get so dangerous. Now we got an Alabama man down here. We have an injury, and then we're going to have a measurement. So let's say with timeout on the field, the score is Auburn nothing, Alabama nothing. 10. Put the ball on the Auburn 47. It is first down for the Tide. Newsom wide left. Here goes Davis. Big hole up the middle. He's into about the 40. Made to the 39. Johnny Davis running his way right up the middle. Freddie Smith got him there at the 39-yard line. That's a quick 7, second down and 3. Well, they mark his knee on the 40, so call it second down and 4 yards to go. A short 4 at that for Alabama. Jeff Rutledge with a full house wishbone behind him. Long count this time by Rutledge. Now he's back to throw. Rutledge is back to throw for the first time today. He's going long. He's going for Newsom. Oh, he got his hands on it, but couldn't hold it at the goal line. Incomplete. Fuller had him pretty well covered, but that's what scares you, Gusty, about Ozzie Newsom. Even though he was well covered, he had a thought of catching that ball. He got a hand on it, but couldn't hold on. He's quite an athlete.
Boy, he is a super athlete. He makes great catches. And, you know, to be able to be a good receiver, you have to have great concentration. I don't think it's so much the hand as much as it is concentrating on the football with all the people trying to bat it away. That time he almost pulled it in.
Here's 3rd and short, about 3.5 or 4 for the Tide, and they fake to Davis. The Rutledge kept it, took it upfield, got the first down as he crosses the 35. McKinney made the play on him in the open field, but at the 35, it will be another Alabama 1st and 10. They marked the ball just inside the Auburn 35, but we'll call it the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 to go. All right, here's the field goal attempt. Left footer Robert Chapman from the 33, a 43-yard attempt with the wind at his back. Holding will be Kevin Jones, the quarterback. The ball is on the tee. A 43-yard attempt. It's a low-line drive. It's wide. It's no good. Wide right. The timeout on the field. The score is Auburn nothing, Alabama nothing. All right, here's Auburn 1st and 10 from the 20 after the touchback. Franklin is in motion left side. Charlie Trotman is going to fake it and keep it himself and be caught for a loss on a 15. He faked to Andrews, wanted to run the split C option, but they got penetration out of David Hanna for one, and another man who got through there for Alabama was Dewey Mitchell, the defensive end. So Mitchell and Hanna penetrated, took away the option play for Trotman, and caught him for a loss back to the 15. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for Auburn. And fouled up Trotman's plan. Single wide out right is Rusty Bird. High backfield. Here's the give to the deep back Cribbs. Cribbs is out to the 20, out to the 25. Took a tackle to the 30, to the 35, 40, 45, 50. Down the sideline. He broke another tackle to the 30, to the 20. He's going to go all the way. Joe Cribbs is going to score on a beautiful run. He's just taken the ball 85 yards, and the Auburn Tigers lead 6-0. Joe Cribbs should have been down at least 3 or 4 times. But Cribbs made a fantastic run down this near sideline. He appeared to be in trouble. Back around the 25, he broke through. Up and near midfield, he was surrounded. He broke through. Then he got in a foot race and simply won the battle down the sideline, and Auburn breaks in front. 6-0 on Alabama on a beautiful run by Joe Cribbs of Sulligent, Alabama. 5'10", 190 sophomore Joe Cribbs going 85 yards for the score, as Auburn goes 85 yards in 2 plays on the drive. All right, Portella will kick. Foster Christie will hold on the point after attempt. George Portella kicking out of Christie's hold. It's up. It's good. With timeout on the field, the score is Auburn 7, Alabama nothing. Portella to kick off with 3:01 left in the quarter. Auburn breaking on top on Cribbs' beautiful run. Kickoff in the wind is going to be caught by Nathan on the 3. Nathan to the 10, to the 15. He's got some running room, and then he's clotheslined at the 30. Looked like a hole was opening up the middle, but closing down was Bob Bradley, a steady performer from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Bradley came in there, made the play on the 30, and Gussie, if not for Bradley, we might have seen another long run.
Boy, Nathan's such a good runner. That time Alabama opened the hole up. Auburn not real organized at that point on the kick coverage, but they stop him at the 30, and that's a good job.
All right, outside, wishbone backfield. Davis, Nathan, and the other man back there is Ferguson. Jeff Rutledge, Newsom, the only wide out right. Here is the fake to the fullback. Rutledge is keeping. He's got some room. He's up to the 40. He's up to the 43. And finally knocked down by Alan Harden, John Smith, and Rodney Bellamy. Good run by Jeff Rutledge. Up inside, some good tough running. That's first down. Alabama. Gussie, we didn't get your comment on Cribbs' run.
You didn't need it. That was a great run. There's no way to explain running on a defense like Alabama, breaking the tackle. The Cribbs had to break, keeping his balance and putting it in the end zone. It's a flush.
The ball on the 43. First and 10, Alabama. Newsom is wide to the right side. Wishbone is intact behind Rutledge. And Jeff Rutledge is back to throw on first down. Rutledge is back. Now he's going to run with the ball. He's up to the line of scrimmage, and then he falls forward near the 50. He's down on the 49. He got about 7 or 8 out of that, even though there didn't seem to be much room. But apparently, Gussie, it looked like they did a good job. They sent Neal down deep on the left side, and Newsom went down here on the right. Both men covered.
I believe he wanted to go to Neal. He kept looking to the left. Neal was over there. James McKinney covering him very well.
No play of the quarter has come to an end. At the end of the first quarter, the score, the Auburn Tigers 7, the Alabama Crimson Tide nothing.
You've got to keep it up if you want to be happy. Keep it up. Stepping, snapping, moving your feet to the beat of a brand new day. What do you say? Hey, you got to keep it up. Dance like Coca-Cola ads.
Woo-wee! Don't get barbecued ribs like this anywhere but in the South. More sauce, Henry.
Coming up, Dub.
Don't get these anywhere else neither. Golden Flake tortilla chips, made the way we like them. Crisp, tangy, with our kind of crunch. Southern fried crunch.
You ready, boys?
Be ready in about a half a baggie, Henry. Golden Flake, the only chips for Southern fried crunch.
I'd like to remind everyone of the Jefferson County Alumni Banquet will be this Friday night at Municipal Auditorium, and you can contact John Rhodes for about tickets or any officer, and it'll be John Forney will narrate the big plays of the Alabama seniors, and it's always just a great event, Coach, a senior banquet.
You know, I laugh and try what I did, and we have a tremendous crowd here today, at least a dozen or so. And Mr. Calvert with Sugar Bowl, I know what he's doing here, but Jerry Duncan's here. I think maybe he has something on his mind. You know, I said the other day I was going to coach a while, and maybe he knows something I don't know. But anyway, glad to have him here. Let's get in the second quarter and see what happens.
Starts the second quarter. Alabama on the Auburn 40. Second down and 7 to go. The Tigers leading 7-0. Here comes Rutledge on the option. He pitches deep to Ferguson. Ferguson is in trouble at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. Good pursuit out of James McKinney and Bob Rhodes. Rhodes, the defensive end. McKinney, the cornerback, came up quickly on that option play. made a good play. They may even have lost a yard or so back to the 41. On Ferguson's wide right. Here is Rutledge back to throw. Rutledge has it up over the middle. He's complete to Nathan. Nathan at the 35 to the 30, and down he goes. Tackle is made by Freddie Smith at the 30. No flag down. I thought maybe Gibbons had jumped offside on the nose guard spot, but he didn't. He was back in time, and the ball at the 30 is an Alabama 1st and 10. Gusty, the first time they've been completely out of the wishbone, they were in a straight eye that time.
That's right. That's a tough play to defend. You got your linebackers back there who have hook zone responsibility. Then they leak a little back out of the backfield, as they did with Nathan. The soft pass by Rutledge, and he picks up a first down.
Freshman Marvin Williams has come in now at nose guard. He's in there with Bellamy and Smith, and here goes Rutledge quickly wanting to throw. He's pumping. He's going deep for Bruce Bolton. He has got him. Touchdown, Alabama. Right on the sideline. Bruce Bolton made the catch. He got away from Fuller over there to the far sideline in the end zone, and it's 7-6 as Alabama has just hit a 30-yard touchdown pass from Rutledge to Bolton. Bruce Bolton, the junior from Birmingham. Fuller was trying to cover him one-on-one, and as he came down the sideline and hooked that thing to the right, Fuller did not react. They go 70 yards in 7 plays. Chapman will try to tie it. Holding will be Kevin Jones, the left-footed point-after kicker. Alabama's had a little problem with extra points this year. Let's see how they do on this one. This one looks good. It's up there. It's good. With timeout on the field, the score, the Auburn Tigers 7, the University of Alabama 7. James Brooks is waiting deep for the Auburn Tigers. A 7-7 tie football game now on that touchdown pass. Rutledge to Bolton. Here is the kick away. It's going to be caught by Brooks about a yard deep in the end zone. Here he comes out to the 5, to the 10. James Brooks to the 15, to the 20, and down at about the 24. Good play made by the wingman coming down for Alabama, number 39, E.J. Jr., a freshman from Nashville, Tennessee. Jr. made the play at the 24. The Tigers will take off 1st and 10, or take over the football, 1st and 10 to go. Now on a tie football game. Gusty, a little surprising. Rutledge, that's how he beat you. He throws on 1st and 10 after running at you so many plays.
That's right. They really have a very well-balanced offense. That time they gave up the long pass, and that's what you don't want to do against a good Alabama team.
Jim Patton is in the game. He's wide right. Trotman gives to Brooks, the deep back. He's over the 25 to about the 26. About 2 quick yards inside for Brooks, the freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia. At the 26, it'll be 2nd down and call it 8. Jerry Beasley is in there now as one wide out. All right, Beasley very wide left, Patton to the right side. Eye backfield of Andrews and Brooks behind Trotman. And here's a give to Brooks on a delay. He slants his way inside across the 30 to the 31. He needs the 34 for a first down. Auburn will look at 3rd and 3. Barry Krause is there defensively for Alabama. So is Marty Lyons. Here's 3rd and 3 for Auburn. A possession down. Wide out to either side. And Andrews takes the handoff. Got to 35. Got to 37. First down for the Auburn Tigers. We owe you a station break. We'll pause. 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn Football Network. So it's Christie and Brooks behind Trotman. Here comes Brooks running over the left side, a yard, maybe 2. Out to about the 39 for James Brooks. Not much room. Bottom of the pile defensively once again was Marty Lyons. The big junior from St. Petersburg has had a good game. Barry Krause was there also for Alabama. Call it 2nd down again, 8 to go. Now Beasley is on the slot on the left side with Patton outside of him wide left. And Trotman, he almost fumbled the snap. Now he pitches it to Brooks, trying to turn upfield, and Brooks gets the 41 or 2. Oh, Trotman had that ball behind him at one time. On the snap from center, it went through his hands, and he was carrying it with one hand around behind his back, and he got it back just before he was hit and pitched it away to Brooks. We haven't had a turnover yet, Gusty, but we came real close right there.
Auburn very lucky that time. Trotman making the good play. Looked like a basketball player passing it behind his back, but he got it back and picked up a yard.
Beasley is wide left. Trotman bobbled a snap again. Now the rush has got him. He's down. Trotman had trouble getting out of there with a snap, and Terry Jones, the middle guard, got to him back at the 37-yard line, and Auburn will punt the ball. Skip Johnston hurrying on to punt for the Auburn Tigers. Tony Nathan will be deep. Trotman mishandling the last 2 snaps from center. That time he got control just before Jones got to him and threw him for the loss. On 4th and 9, here's Skip Johnston waiting to punt. Alabama has 8 men on the line of scrimmage. Snap. Plenty of time for Johnston. This is a sailor with the wind pushing. Nathan retreats. He's going to catch it on the 11. Nathan coming back to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and down he goes to the 28-yard line. Timeout on the field. The score, Auburn 7, Alabama 7. Here's Alabama 1st and 10 on the 28. A fake to Davis to give to Nathan. He's out over the 30, over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tony Nathan brings it out to the 36. That is a quick gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Skip Johnston hit a 53-yard punt, and Nathan a 16-yard return. That's a longer return than Auburn gives up very often. But they have Tim Travis in the game now. He's at tight end. Ozzie Newsome is wide to the left side, and they have taken Lou Eichner wide right. Here's a give to Johnny Davis up inside. He's got the first down across the 39 to about the 40. Johnny Davis, they broke the wishbone. That's 8 first downs now for Alabama. We have 9:43 to play in the half, a 7-7 tie. The Tide with 1st and 10 on their 40. Rodney Bellamy making that last defensive play for the Auburn Tigers. Auburn in their home blue. Auburn is the home team this year. They alternate. The game played here at Legion Field every year, of course. Newsome is wide to the right side. Wishbone intact this time. Eichner, Davis, and Nathan behind Jeff Rutledge. And a fake to Davis. Back to throw is Rutledge. Now he's going to run for it. Zach Hardy knocks the ball loose. Alabama got it back. Zach Hardy knocked it loose, but Dwight Stevenson got it back. The wishbone intact again for Alabama. Jeff Rutledge is going to fake it to Davis, run the option play, going down the line of scrimmage. Freddie Smith, 1-yard gain. Freddie flashed through there like he was shot out of a cannon and got him on the 41.
Throw to one of their backs out of the backfield.
3rd and 8, and they got Bolton wide left, the wishbone intact. 3rd down and 8 at the 42 for the Tide. Rutledge back to throw. Rutledge looking down the far sideline, a little high, but the man caught it, and then he's pushed out of bounds. 8 people on the line of scrimmage. They don't usually have Brooks in when they want to return, Harden when they just want to handle the ball. Holt got it out of there. Plenty of time. It's a low kick. It's going to hit at the 25, bounce to the 20, on down to about the 16. It'll roll dead at the 15. With timeout on the field, the score Auburn 7, Alabama 7. All right, here's Auburn, 1st and 10 on the 15, 85 yards away. And here's the give inside to Andrews, and he's going to slide in for maybe a yard. Not very much for William Andrews as he is pushed back out to about the 16. He was hit first by Barry Krause, the linebacker, and Trotman went on through with the fake as though he were going to stand up and throw the ball after he had left it with Andrews, but it didn't seem to fool anyone, and Krause knocked down Andrews along with Wingo for, well, they mark him virtually no gain, about a half yard. We'll call it 2nd down and 10. 6:54 left in the half. Rusty Bird is very wide right side, and Byron Plankton on the right flank. Here is Cribbs, nothing. Cribbs is getting nothing, trying to slant the left side. Who's the guy on the bottom there? They got 2. All right, Bird is wide right. Plankton on that right wing. Trotman rolling to throw. Coming to this right side. Trotman's going to tuck it and run now. He's got the 20. He tries to keep his feet to the 25. I think they're going to rule his knee, hit it to 23. Well, the 24, he needed the 25. So Trotman comes up 1 yard short. It'll be 4th and 1, and Auburn will have to punt it away. David Hanna tripped him up. And Tony Nathan is waiting deep for Alabama. 5:50 left in the half. Alabama, 10 men on the line of scrimmage. They're coming after the kick this time. 10 men on the line. Here is a little bit low snap, but Johnston's got it out of there on the line drive. He's knocked down. No flag. The referee had run away before the play. Out to the 42 comes Nathan. He caught it on about the 38. And now Frank Young and Doug Barfield are out there on the field. 37 yards on the kick. Gusty, I've never seen a referee run away before the play is complete. But Mr. Hartley came up the field before the play was over, and Johnston was really buried.
He really was. He was hit. He was knocked off his feet. I couldn't tell whether an Auburn man had blocked the Alabama man into Johnson, but regardless of that, he was on the ground.
Well, he had to block about 3 of them into him because Johnson was hit by about 3. Tied 1st and 10 on a 42. Wishbone with a single wide out left side. Ozzie Newsome. Here comes Johnny Davis up the middle. Zach Hardy and Freddie Smith are going to get him after he crosses the 45 out to about the 47 or 8 yard line. Mark it on the 48. That is a quick 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. Johnny Davis running that ball up the middle. We have 5:15 left in the first half. Ozzie Newsome is wide left. The wishbone backfield intact. Jeff Rutledge, the quarterback. He's going to give it to Nathan inside. Nathan ran right into the back of an Auburn defender. The Auburn defender was fighting off the blocker. That was John Smith, and he ran right into Smith's back, and then Zach Hardy finished him off. I believe it was Smith. Wait a minute. It may have been Hubbard. In any case, the ball is right at the 50. They mark it on the Auburn 49, 3rd and 1, Alabama. So Nathan got some running room, even though he was pushing against the back of an Auburn defender as he gained a yard or 2 there. All right, 3rd and 1. They split Travis wide right. He comes out wide right. They got Newsome left. Wishbone intact. Davis inside. They stunted on him, got him, but he bounced off. Hubbard stunted on him and got him for a loss, it looked like, but big Johnny Davis bounced off, got the first down across the 45 to the 43. Gusty, that's just tough running. I tell you, Hubbard came into that hole perfectly. He was in good hitting position, and Davis was just strong enough to bounce off.
Not a bad run. Not a bad run. That's something. That man is really a tough fullback. He's got a lot of ability. That time he got hit behind the line of scrimmage, but he picked up the first down. Might have needed a little help over there, but the Alabama offensive line, an experienced offensive line, did a good job.
1st and 10, and Auburn puts in a third linebacker now as they put McQuaig in and take out Gibbons, the nose guard, wide out left. And here is the give to Nathan, a second back through, and Hicks has got him high. McQuaig has got him low as he gets to about the 37-yard line. That is, again, a quick 6 yards for Nathan. Alabama just grinding the ball at Auburn right now, and they're going to change defensive tackles. Here comes Bellamy and Smith in. And Anthony Jones and Ricky Allen are going to leave at defensive tackle. Has his club out now. Eyes everything, maybe checking off. Long count. Here he goes back to throw. Quickly in the flat for Ozzie Newsome. Newsome dropped it. Newsome had it and dropped it. The sun might have bothered him. He's at the 28. Would have been enough for a first down. Freeman was covering. You won't see that guy drop very many, Gusty. I don't know if the sun got in his eyes or what, but I think you ought to be grateful if you're from Auburn. They need the 32. And here is Johnny Davis. He's got it. He's into the 30. Trying to break free at the 25. Down he goes. Boy, McKinney was hanging on for dear life. Ball came loose after he went down. McKinney got it, but the official said no, he was down. Ball is right on the, call it the 25. It's just inside 1st and 10. And McKinney held on for dear life and waited for help. If McKinney doesn't get Johnny Davis, he'd have been gone.
Game, Alabama seeing that. They're going to run right up the middle at those smaller linebackers, and they've been effective with Davis.
1st and 10 at the 25. Here comes Bolton moving wide, or I should say Neal moving wide left, and the give is to the second man through. Nathan to the 20, tries to avoid a tackle, does to the 15 to the 13. Another Alabama 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. Long count. Here's the snap. Johnny Davis, 10, 5, 3, pushing, fighting, he's in. He just wouldn't go down. He was hit at the 5. And just forced his way into the end zone. Johnny Davis scoring on a 12.5-yard touchdown run, and Alabama goes in front 13-7. He should have been down at the 5. He just ran his way right on in and never did go down. Actually was still on his feet in the end zone. 58 yards in 8 plays, and give Johnny Davis a lot of credit there. He really muscled his way in. They don't call him the bull for nothing. He bowled his way the last 5 yards with 2 or 3 Auburn defenders hanging on. Chapman will attempt the point after. Kevin Jones will be holding. Left-footed kicker. Chapman waiting on the point. Here is the snap. Kick is up. And this kick is good. With timeout on the field, the score is Alabama 14, the Auburn Tigers 7. All right, Alabama will be kicking off with 2:16 remaining. Gusty, Johnny Davis can really run the football.
Oh, he's tough, but you got to give a lot of credit to that Alabama offensive line. They had Auburn off balance that time. They were really blocking, getting after the Auburn defense, and they opened up the holes for them.
Give me a smile with everything on it, and I'll pass it on.
The world needs a smile with everything on it. Pass it along, come on and pass it along. Give me a Coke when you smile, and I promise to pass it on. The world needs a break when it's tired and thirsty. Coke like a smile helps it along when I'm traveling on. So give them the Coke, send a smile on its way. You'll get it all back some sunny day. Coca-Cola adds life, and everybody wants a little Coke and a smile with everything on it. Pass it along. Coke adds life. Coca-Cola adds life.
Got a new book out about Alabama football. It's entitled Bowl, Bama Bowl, and it is written by Al Browning, the Tuscaloosa News, and it's a well-done book. I've read parts of it, and it's, of course, the history of Alabama, great tradition in the bowl games. It'll be on sale, as I understand it, starting sometime in the middle of next week. It's Bowl, Bama Bowl by Al Browning, new book that will be published this year. Coach, you mentioned Charlie Finley. I talked to him a little bit in the dressing room, and I thought he really looked good. He'd had open heart surgery.
Oh, he looked great and lost, I think he told me arm 40 pounds or something. He weighed 172. I tried to call him a few minutes ago. Couldn't get him. If you see him, tell him I'm not available.
Okay, all right, that's right.
Charlie, one thing, it's really sad to me, too. See Steve Whitman and William Davis, and particularly Jack Rutledge out there yesterday, not able to play.
Jack O'Rear.
Jack O'Rear. I call him Jack Rutledge and vice versa, but just fate. And but O'Rear has been a great help to us anyway, because he's a real brilliant young man as far as football goes, and he helps us in practice.
He was enjoying as much in the dressing room after
He'd be out there, yeah.
He reminded everyone that 5 of your seniors hadn't ever lost Auburn.
Yeah,
either.
that's right. That's right. I never did get in the dressing room after the first 2 or 3 minutes, but that I couldn't help it. I'd like to mention too, while we're talking about it, the bowl game we're going to have here. That I'm going up there. I'm supposed to the Hall of Fame dinner. But they have 2 great teams coming in, Jerry Claiborne's Maryland team and Cal Stahl. I say that, but it's not their team, and University of Minnesota. It's 7 p.m. on the night of the 22nd.
December, right. And there's tickets on sale for that ball game. The first one they're trying to put on at the people here in Birmingham.
And it should be a great thing for Alabama, particularly for Birmingham, particularly if they're bringing in some folks in here, bringing some money. We don't know broke folks coming down here. We got enough of those. So let's do something, Charlie.
Okay,
get into the scenes.
Frank, how about our cut-in? Okay, today our university features the School of Communications.
Communication. It's the way we transmit ideas and information, be it through the lift of an eyebrow or a satellite high above the earth. We all communicate, but more than 1,100 University of Alabama students are learning to communicate to large numbers of people. They are enrolled in the state's only School of Communication. The University of Alabama School of Communication was not created until 1973, but has already grown to be the nation's 10th largest. In our increasingly technological society, the skills learned here constantly change. University of Alabama journalism students use computer technology in a modern newspaper editing and printing process. Broadcast students operate the campus radio station and produce television programs viewed by thousands of Alabamians. Advertising and public relations students learn sophisticated ways to promote ideas as well as products. The University of Alabama School of Communication. People learning how to keep you informed.
Coach, I was going to ask you if you'd had time to make any Sugar Bowl plans.
No, Charlie, after that in the dressing room yesterday, I hadn't even had time to think about it. I hadn't had time to call Woody. I want to call Coach Hayes tomorrow next day and make arrangements for exchange of film, and we'll have a meeting with the squad sometime this week and go over our plans after I've had time to think about them. I really haven't had time to think about them. And I'll be honest about it, too. If I'd had time to think about them, I wouldn't tell it.
Right.
See, because I've got to give that to the press someday when it's a dull day and we want to get...
But, I might mention that for the benefit of the press, that we plan on having our Sugar Bowl press day on December the 8th in the afternoon. And
we'd better remind me of that when we put it down now.
I will. We'll get it on your calendar. So we'll have player interviews, and of course, Coach Bryant and all. We're going to invite the Ohio press down. Frank, we ready to go? All right. We'll be back for the third quarter following this important message from one of our sponsors.
Cover this supper where you find the best-selling cooking there is. And you find plenty of these, too. Golden Flake cheese curls. These are only cheese curls good enough for a shindig like this, because they're the only cheese curls with Southern fried crunch. And that's the only crunch worth crunching. Have a crunch, Martha. Golden Flake, the cheese curls with Southern fried crunch. You know one of the best things about living in the South is eating in the South. Can't nobody make fried chicken like we can. Potato chips neither. Golden Flake here is our kind of potato chip. Made the way we like them, crisp, light, with our kind of crunch. Southern fried crunch. And can't nobody nowhere beat Southern fried crunch. Shoot, no. Golden Flake, the only chips with Southern fried.
James Brooks is waiting deep for the Auburn Tigers. Brooks back at the goal line, and we're going to get underway now with the second half. 14-7, Alabama leads. And here is Chapman's kick. Ball is away. It's going to go over toward the far sideline. It hit his foot at the 2. He's got to get up and get on the ball. Alabama may have gotten it at the 10. It hit Brooks in the foot. and bounced away at about the 2 or 3, at the 10, a big pile. Auburn got it back. Auburn got it back. Very close, very risky. Clifford Toney, Bob Bradley, both there. I'm not sure which one retained it. I think Bradley got it on the 9. I think Bradley got the ball back. Gusty, that ball looked like it came down, and it was over to his right as Brooks was moving over. I think it hit his foot as it came down and bounced away from him.
I believe you're exactly right, and I believe the wind had a lot to do with it. The wind again swirling. The ball took off to the left or to Brooks's right. He went after it and fumbled the ball.
Auburn starts on the 9, deep backed up. Here is Cribbs, second man through, out to about the 13 or 14. Trotman to Joe Cribbs, landing on the right side. He gets to the 13 or 14. That's the second big play of the day for Bob Bradley. Here comes Auburn without a huddle. Auburn starting the second half without a huddle now. No huddle offense. They're back out there, 2 tight ends, high backfield. Unbalanced line, right side. Here goes Cribbs running to that right again. He got out to about the 15. They're overloading right, Gusty. They got the extra lineman over there. You're going to have to talk quick, but they're trying to catch Alabama and outnumber them on that right side without a huddle.
Here they go again. They lined up. I can't get in quick enough. I know you want to get the lineup.
All right, at the 15. It's third down. They need the 19. 3rd and 4. The high backfield with 4 linemen. They come back to the weak side this time, and Cribbs gets to about the 17. So the no huddle did not bother Alabama, and it'll be 4th and 2, and Auburn will have to punt the ball away. Skip Johnston will be coming on. Auburn that time had the extra man on the line of scrimmage. They had only 3 men in the backfield and 8 men on the line. There's no rule about how many you can have. You must have 7. Auburn had 8 on the line of scrimmage, and only Trotman and the 2 running backs, Cribbs and Andrews, behind him. And the overload was to the right side. Now Johnston to punt. Again, the rush coming. Johnston got this one out of there. Beautiful line drive into the wind. Back at about the 31 is Tony Nathan to the 35. He broke a tackle and down at the 42. Alabama will play it there. Timeout on the field. Alabama 14, Auburn 7. Here's Rutledge on the keeper going down the sideline. Jeff Rutledge takes it all the way down across the Auburn 20, all the way down to the 16-yard line. Or is that the 11? The 11-yard line. Freddie Smith finally got him. He started from his own 41 and ran that ball all the way down the sideline. Jeff Rutledge on the quarterback keep. He ran the option, cut it inside, and Freddie Smith caught him from behind, so Alabama gets the big play on the first play from scrimmage after a 54-yard punt by Skip Johnston, but Rutledge brings it right back down this near sideline, and he just got everybody pinned inside. Freddie Smith finally caught him. 1st and 10, Alabama on the Auburn 11-yard line. Rutledge to Johnny Davis. He's into about the 6 or 7. Johnny Davis, tripped by Bellamy, pinned by McKinney. Gusty Rutledge's run coming just as we were getting back. He really took off with the football. Ball on the 6, 2nd down, and 5 yards to go. Wishbone intact with Newsom wide left. Jeff Rutledge is going to give it to Johnny Davis, and Smith comes up to get him right at the 5. A 1-yard gain. Freddie Smith got to him. They may give him progress a little inside the 5, and they do actually to the 4. So give him the 4. All right, here they go with Newsom wide to the left side. 3rd and 3, and the give is to Davis. He pulled away from a tackler, got to the 1. He's not in, but it should be 1st and goal to go. He's not in. He was hit back at the line of scrimmage, but pulled away, and on the 1, let's see if they measure or if they just signal the 1st down. They're going to measure.
Looks like an Alabama 1st down.
Davis. Smith starts forward. Here goes Rutledge. I don't think he made it that time. No flags down. No. Smith again was starting to move a little bit. He didn't get in, so it's 2nd and goal, and Rutledge is saying something to the official. I'll say again, Gusty, I don't think that's bad defensive line play to move around a little bit down there. They can't hurt you.
No, that's right, and that's what they're doing. 2 or 3 of them stunning a little bit like they want to come, trying to throw Alabama offside.
Again, Rutledge on the quarterback keep a minute ago. And here's moving again as Bellamy came early, but now what happened? No snap. No, Rutledge took it on in, but no snap. The whistle blew, and this is the dangerous part, is if you are offside and the official doesn't stop the play, well, sometimes a guy can score on you, but there's no touchdown there because there was no snap. The legal procedure again against Auburn, so it's still 2nd and goal, and the ball, that last penalty was about 1.5 inches, I guess. He must have lost about 2 inches on that play. 3rd and goal. Everybody stacked in tight again. Here comes Nathan up in the air. He made it. Nathan got in on the handoff. He went up high in the air. I'll tell you, he didn't make it by much. Matter of fact, he is now on the ground outside the end zone, but they rule that he broke the plane of the end zone, and so Alabama goes 58 yards in 7 plays for the score that makes it 20-7. Chapman will kick out of Kevin Jones' hole. On the point after, ball is on the tee, the kick is up, and the kick is good. With timeout on the field to score, Alabama 21, the Auburn Tigers 7. James Brooks is deep for Auburn. Tigers mishandled the opening kickoff of the second half. That got him in some trouble. Here is the kick away. This one is going to drive Brooks back in the end zone over his head. Out of play, it'll be a touchback, and Auburn will play the ball on the 20. 21-7, Alabama. Auburn in the eye again with the overload. Power side right. Here comes Brooks, the second man through, and he's up to about the 22. The ball is loose. Was it dead or not? Alabama recovers. Brooks fumbled. Alabama has recovered the ball on the 21. Rutledge is faking to Johnny Davis, running the option himself, turned it up, got it into the 15. Now the ball is loose. Nathan got on it, and they had blown it dead again. It was a dead ball. Tony Nathan recovered for Alabama on the 15. Second down, and 5 yards to go. Bob Rhodes defensively there for the Tigers. 9:59 remaining in the third period.
He'll pick up 5.
All right, Newsom goes wide left. Newsom is wide left. The wishbone is intact with Ferguson back there. Fake to Davis. Here's the pitch back to Ferguson on the sweep. Smith is after him. He got away, got to the 10, and Fuller knocks him down at the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go Alabama on the 9. Mitch Ferguson from Augusta, Georgia, 5'11", 210 sophomore, showing good speed on the corner there, Gusty. I didn't think he could get around Freddie Smith, but he did, and Fuller made the play at the 9.
Of course, that time Smith had to come from the inside linebacker position. Ferguson had the angle on him. Smith never really with a good shot, but Fuller made a super play out there. Fuller's being blocked, and as Ferguson goes by him, he dives out and knocks him off of his feet and out of bounds.
All right. Jeff Rutledge is the quarterback who fakes to Davis, keeps it himself into the 5. McKinney pulls him down at about the 3. James McKinney, again, the only man between Rutledge and the end zone, and they're going to mark his progress into the 2. It'll be second and goal to go at the 2. Sophomore from Sullivan, James McKinney, a high school teammate of Joe Cribbs, made a big play there. Here comes Anthony Jones on for McKinney as Auburn goes into their goal line defense. Second and goal to go at the 2. Off on unbalanced line right, and to the right comes Nathan. He's in. Touchdown, Alabama. Tony Nathan getting it in on the unbalanced line, coming to the right side. 27-7 now, Alabama. The point after attempt will be coming. The side goes 20 yards in 4 plays after recovering the fumble. 20 yards in 4 plays. Tony Nathan getting another score, his second of the day. Johnny Davis has 1, and of course the fast receiver Bolton has 1. Auburn's only score coming on an 85-yard run by Joe Cribbs. All right, Chapman will attempt the point after. Kevin Jones will be holding. Alabama missing a man on their extra point team, but they hurry him in there. Turpin comes in to block on one of the flanks. Point after attempt, the kick is up, and the kick is good. With timeout on the field, the score is Alabama 28, the Auburn Tigers 7. Roger Chapman. 8:15 remaining here in the quarter. It's now 28-7. Alabama exploding for 2 third-period scores. Here goes the kick. The Brooks is going to catch about 4 yards deep. He's coming out. Brooks is to the 5. He's to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Brooks is at the running room. He's got one man to beat down the sideline. Brooks is at the 50. Tries to cut back. He's going against the grain. He's in trouble. He's down finally at the 20. Looked like he might go all the way. 80 yards to the 20. Now Trotman gives to Cribbs into the 5 to 10. He fumbled. Auburn recovered on the 8. Cribbs dropped the ball at the 10, but it's recovered by Byron Franklin on the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn Football Network. Power high now, first and goal to go. Here comes Cribbs. He's going to get maybe a yard to about the, well, maybe nothing. They started on the 7 rather than the 8. So call it no gain, second and goal to go. Dusty on a kickoff return. I believe Alabama may have relaxed thinking he was going to down it in the end zone, but he sure made a great run. right, here's second down and goal to go. The ball on the 7-yard line from the power I. Here comes Trotman on the option. He's into the 5. He's into the 3. A penalty flag is down. Let's see what the marker's about. Trotman has taken the ball into the 3. We have a penalty marker on the play. Penalty marker, the infraction is indicated against Auburn. 7:04 remaining in the third period. All right, Auburn will go with the power I set to the left side this time. Deep back is Andrews. Christie is up, and then Brooks. And here comes Andrews. He's into about the 10 to the 9, maybe the 8. William Andrews slanting over the left side. And at about the 8-yard line, Auburn will look at third down and goal. They started on the 7, and they're really going to mark Andrews now at the 9. So it's third and goal to go at the 9-yard line. Now looking at third and goal to go. Ball on the 9-yard line. Still a power I set. Trotman is back to throw. Trotman is looking for Andrews. Now he's going to run it himself. Trotman to the 5. Trotman to the 1-yard line. Trotman got down to the 1. It'll be fourth and goal to go at the 1-yard line. Dusty, you probably saw, as I did, Andrews come out of the backfield. He was the man he wanted to throw to, but Alabama covered him up well, and Trotman scrambled it on down to the 1 where it's fourth and goal to go.
Looks like Auburn is calling timeout, Gary.
They will take a time here to decide what they want to do on 4th and 1. 6:07 left in the quarter with timeout on the field to score Alabama 28, the Auburn Tigers 7. Power I, Andrews is deep. 4th and goal to go from the 1. Here is Trotman. To Andrews. He is stopped. He did not make it. At the 1-yard line, Alabama will take over. Tried to slant him on the right side, on the left side, into the right of the Alabama defense. And let's see, I guess Wingo is probably the first one there. Wingo is there and Hannah. And Alabama takes over on their own 1, 1st and 10. So the big kickoff return by Brooks does not result in anything as the Tide holds on 4th and goal on their 1-yard line. Exactly 6 minutes remaining in the third period of this football game. Ozzie Newsome is wide right. The wishbone is intact. And here is the give. No, he's back to throw. He's going to go downfield for Newsome, incomplete. He faked it inside to Johnny Davis. I think everyone in the stadium probably figured Davis would get the handoff. And Alabama, relying on the element of surprise, tried to go downfield, but Rick Freeman was covering Ozzie Newsome very well, and it's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
That's a similar play that Notre Dame ran against Alabama in the Sugar Bowl that year where they picked up the first down, and that time it didn't work as he overthrew Newsome.
All right, second down time. Both ends are tight. The wishbone intact behind, and here comes the second back through, Tony Nathan, and he got maybe a yard, not very much, out to about the 2. Trying to come up the middle. The big freshman is there for the Auburn Tigers on that play defensively. Big number 94, Marvin Williams of Evergreen. Williams made the play very well in the middle. Newsome splits wide left. The sun has come back out. It was behind a cloud there for a while, even though we don't see many clouds up. All right, here is Rutledge back to throw, faking to Eichner. Now he's throwing way downfield. He is complete to Newsome at the 25. A big play for the Tide. McKinney and Fuller were both over there, but Newsome made the catch, and that gets Alabama out of a hole. They would have had to punt from the shadow of their end zone, and really, Gusty, if that pass had been incomplete with the line of scrimmage at 2, they'd have had to go into a short punt. So that's a very, very big play for Alabama, complete to Newsome.
Well, that's the confidence they have in their offense. That time they're really not concerned about having to punt or a pass interception. Just throw it out there to Newsome, and he makes a good reception.
Is going to come very wide to the right side as they go into the eye this time with Newsome left. And here comes Johnny Davis up the middle to the 30, and he is upended. He fumbled the ball. Oh, they're blowing it dead again. Holy Moses. Johnny Davis was upended over there on a beautiful tackle by Jeff Gray. And the ball came loose, and it was recovered by Freddie Smith at the 34, but they say it was dead. It was wide left. And he faked to Davis. Here comes Rutledge on the keep to the 40, to the 45, and caught from behind at the 49 by McKinney, Alabama, 1st and 10. James McKinney made the play, 1st and 10 for the Tide.
Alabama using all their weapons now. They have the pass that they put in every once in a while. They have Davis up the middle, Nathan to the outside. They cut the outside play off pretty well, Auburn has, and as a result of that, Rutledge has had a good day taking it out and cutting it up the field himself.
Single wide out, well, wide out to either side now, and back is Rutledge wanting to throw. Rutledge has got the rush after him. He made a little one-handed pass forward, left-handed as a matter of fact. He tried to shovel it forward to Johnny Davis as he was surrounded, It's an incomplete pass. Second down and 10. He avoided the lost yardage. He shoveled that thing forward with his left hand, and it's an incomplete pass. Rutledge has 107 yards and 14 carries unofficially.
The people were rushing, and Rutledge gets rid of it.
Pugh is wide to the right. Here goes Nathan in the motion to the left side, and Rutledge is shoveling it forward now. Tim Travis, the tight end, coming around, and Travis is all the way up to about the 31 or 32-yard line. They brought the tight end inside and hit him with a little whoopee pass, if you will, a little underhand shovel pass. And Tim Travis takes that ball all the way down to the 30, call it the 31. First and 10, Rick Freeman made the play defensively. They put no gain. It'll be third down and 14. There's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3 quarters of play, the score is Alabama 28, the Auburn Tigers 7.
Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Don't run too fast, you can come in last, 'cause the sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, did you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a coat, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, when the midday sun takes over. Coca-Cola's life, and everybody wants a little light. The sun's gonna shine all day. It's time for a coat.
Good folks getting together, sharing the life the South is living. Part of that life is sharing and giving, the taste of golden flakes.
'Cause they've got Southern Fried Crunch. You can eat 'em by the bunch. Golden Flake potato chips with Southern Fried Crunch. Golden Flake potato chips, you can eat 'em by the bunch. Golden Flake, the only chips with Southern Fried Crunch.
Coach, you mentioned our studio audience earlier. Of course, Zeke is with us again this week. Zeke's with us just about every week. And we have Judge Hardy McCollum from Tuscaloosa here. I believe part of his family are here.
I hope the judge is not carrying any papers with him.
Sir, I hope he is.
You know, Charlie, yesterday at the game, before the game, I was down there. I missed Suge Jordan. He and I used to stand down there and talk. He, like me, we both were old. We didn't want to walk up the other end of the field back. And Doug was very nice, came all the way down and said hello to him, and I appreciate it. But I met a bunch, not a bunch, but quite a few of the members of the Auburn band came over and visited with me. They were real nice, and of course they wanted to win. I don't blame them, but I appreciate it very much. And you know, Mayor Harmon was telling me, I never seen anybody, but she saw an awful lot of former players there yesterday. I don't know what happens to them. I guess because I get in that press conference and tied up, but John Crow was there, John David Sr., the Heisman Trophy winner, and then I never did see Carol and the children, though.
See him.
I guess they're back in Tuscaloosa.
Coach, we need to get on into the fourth quarter of play.
Maybe shaken up a play or so ago. This is the first we've seen of Sheely, and the first of Ogilvy, who's in there for the injured Nathan. Here's Sheely back to throw. Sheely has got time. Now he's running out of time, and now Bellamy has got him back on the 24-yard line. So that's another minus yard or two. And Alabama will look at fourth down now. From the 24, they need to get to the 8. So it's 4th and 16 for the Crimson Tide, and here comes the field goal kicker, the attempter at least. Buddy Holder's going to put a tee down. Is that Holder or is it Chapman? No, it's Chapman, the left footer. He's going to put a tee down on the 32. This will be a 42-yard field goal attempt. 42-yard attempt by Chapman. Holding will be Kevin Jones. 42-yard attempt. The ball is on the tee. The kick is up, and the kick looks like it's going to be short. It is. It's short and it's wide. The kick is no good. Timeout on the field to score Alabama 28, the Auburn Tigers 7. Here's Auburn first down at the 20. Trotman back to throw, turns it upfield, runs with it across the 25 to about the 26. Charlie Trotman getting about 6 yards. He wanted to throw the ball. That's the, I would assume here, in the fourth quarter, now down by 21 points. Doug Barfield and his staff will feel they must open up the football game and put it in the air, and so Trotman back on first down looking for a receiver.
That's right, and I believe they probably told Trotman, if you get back there and you get a little space, go ahead and run the ball. You're a good runner.
Franklin to the right, Robbins and Bird to the left, second down and 4 to go from the 26, and Trotman is back again. Trotman is away this time, way downfield for Byron Franklin. Franklin's got it on the run at the 30, at the 20. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Byron Franklin all the way for the score for the Auburn Tigers. And I believe someone pulled a muscle. Mike Kramer pulled a muscle as he was trying to chase Franklin because he fell to the ground on the 10. Auburn goes 80 yards in 2 plays. It's 28-13 as Trotman hits Franklin streaking down a sideline. And Gusty, that looked a lot like the JV pass last week from back at the 20 when the junior varsity got on the board with an 80-yard pass play. This time it's a 74-yard pass from Charlie Trotman to Byron Franklin of Sheffield, Alabama. Byron Franklin, 6'1", 175 freshman. Portello will kick out of Foster Christie's hole. The point-after attempt is up, and it is good. With timeout on the field, the score, Alabama 28, the Auburn Tigers 14. Tony Nathan is returned. He's all right. Nathan and Ferguson are waiting deep. We'll have to check on Jeff Rutledge's status if we can. Here's Portello's kick. Going to be high. It's going to be caught by Ferguson at the 4-yard line. He's out to the 10. Ferguson to the 15. He's off his feet and out of bounds over around the 20. Let's see where they mark him. That right on the 20-yard line. I believe the first man to get him was Bill Gresham, a defensive end from Huntsville, a freshman who played last week in the JV game. Gresham, I think, made the tackle, number 31. Or well, I lost his number, but I found him once. And Wayne Presley was also there. So right on the 20. Newsom moves in tight, and Bolton moves out wide. I'll make that Neal moves out wide. Second man through, Tony Nathan. He's out to about the 22 or 3. Stacked up by Rodney Bellamy, Bob Rhodes, and Mike McQuaig, all in on the play. Let's see if they get... All right, moving out wide is Rick Neal, wide right. Newsom split left. Here's Johnny Davis inside. He's across the 25 and then really stacked up at about the 28. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of his first down. 3rd and 2 for Alabama, maybe 3rd and 1 when they unfile. It's nearer the 29. Let's call it 3rd down and 1 yard to go. Auburn needs to get the ball back, Gusty. They really to hold.
They really do. They need to stop him here. You can expect Alabama to go with Davis, too. I would think they'll hit him off that slant that he's been so effective with today.
The lights on, even though the sun has come back out. We did have a cloudy portion for a while. Newsom wide left. Everyone else inside on the wishbone. 3rd and about a yard for Alabama. And here comes Davis. He's got the first down. As a matter of fact, he gets on out to the 35 and stumbles forward to the 36 before Fuller is able to pin him there. What makes him so dangerous, not only does he get that tough yardage, but he sometimes comes out of that pile still running. Now, Ozzie Newsom is wide right side. 11:45 to play. Wishbone backfield. Jeff Rutledge. Rutledge fakes it to the fullback. He's back to throw. Rutledge is away down the far sideline to Newsom, and he's into the Auburn 40-yard line before he's pulled out of bounds by Fuller. Maybe the 41 they mark it. So across midfield in any case, and near, well, we'll call it the 40. It's about halfway in between. First down as Rutledge is complete to Newsom, and there again, Gusty, they run, and they get you thinking run and pull up the throw, and they're usually effective, and they were there. And Wishbone intact behind Rutledge. Fakes to the fullback. He's back to throw again. He's got it away way downfield for Newsom again. He made a catch. He got behind Gray. Caught it on the 6-yard line. Beautiful diving catch by Ozzie Newsom. He had gotten behind Jeff Gray, who had just come off the sideline. Bob Rhodes trying to get a rush on Rutledge, but he didn't get there in time. And it's 1st and goal to go Alabama on the 6-yard line.
That time we see Newsom making one of his great catches. The ball looked like it might have been a little overthrown. Newsom went high in the air. He is a great athlete, good leaping ability. He went high into the air to bring it down and did not get the run with it.
28 to 1st and goal to go Alabama on the Auburn 6-yard line. Wishbone, 2 tight ends. Second back through it, Tony Nathan into about the 1. Nathan gets into about the 1 before Rhodes pulls him down with help from Alan Harden. 2nd and goal to go at the 1 for the University of Alabama. Auburn stinging him with the long pass play with the Tide driving it right back. Jeff Rutledge, a quarterback. Rutledge gives to the second man, Mitch Ferguson, touchdown. Ferguson in from the 1. Alabama now in front, 34-14, and a point-after attempt will be coming. Alabama going 80 yards on that touchdown drive, 80 yards in 7 plays. I don't know, point-after. 10:31 showing on the clock. Mitch Ferguson getting that last score from 1 yard away. Here's the ball on the tee. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With timeout on the field, the score, Alabama 35, the Auburn Tigers 14. And here we go. Kick is a low bouncer. They don't want to kick it deep to Brooks. It's going to be picked up over there at the 32, out to the 35, and to the 36. One of the upbacks got the ball. That was number 47. That is Ray Powell, a flanker back. Is not as good a field position. Two wideouts left. Here comes Andrews right up the middle to about the 40. William Andrews driving his way up the middle. He was hit first defensively for Alabama by number 61, Dewey Mitchell, the defensive end. Dewey Mitchell, a senior from Tampa, Florida. They're going to mark the ball up around the 40-yard line. Right at the 40, as William Andrews gets 4, second down and 6. We're nearing the 10-minute mark here in the fourth period. Side and wide to the left, Rusty Bird and Mark Robbins. High backfield to Brooks and Andrews behind Trotman. Trotman is rolling back. Blitz is coming. They picked it up, though, and there's pass deflected in the air. Scrambled around, caught by Alabama. Interception at the 43. It was caught by number 39 for the Crimson Tide. That is E.J. Jr., a defensive end who was out there. That ball was batted around like volleyball, and Alabama will get it on the turnover at the 42. They sent a blitz. Barry Krause was blitzing, and William Andrews picked him up. Trotman threw it on the run, and one of the linebackers, the other linebacker, I guess, tipped the ball. It went high in the air, and Byron Franklin, the intended receiver, went for it. It was 10 on the Auburn 42. Single wide out right. Jeff Rutledge takes it to Nathan. He's back to throw. He's back. He's got it way downfield for Ozzie Newsome, who waits at the goal line. With two defenders on him, he caught it. Touchdown. McKinney and Gray were right there with him, and Ozzie Newsome caught the ball anyhow. He out-jumped him at the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama. That is a 42-yard touchdown pass from Jeff Rutledge to Ozzie Newsome. Newsome at 6'3", 210. Gray, 5'11", 178, and McKinney, 5'11", 189 were right there. But Newsome out-jumped him, caught the ball, and fell into the end zone for the touchdown. Beautiful play. If you're for Alabama. Rutledge to Ozzie Newsome. It's 41-14. Here's the point after attempt coming. Chapman kicks out of Jones' hole. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. It is wide to the right and no good. So with timeout on the field, the score is Alabama 41, the Auburn Tigers 14. Yes, that's number 62 moving on the ball. Or 52 it is. And he's going to kick it deep and toward the corner, and Brooks catches it on the run as he goes to the far sideline to the 10, coming back across field at the 15, cuts up to the 20, and down he goes at the 20-yard line. Auburn will play it first and 10. Let's pause right now, 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn Football Network. All right, that was Barry Smith of Anniston, Alabama, who did the kicking that time for Alabama. Smith came on and kicked off. And with 9:21 left in the game, Auburn takes over first and 10 on the 20. And John Crane is now in at quarterback. Charlie Trotman is out, and Crane is in at the quarterback spot. Crane is rolling back to throw, rolling to his right, looking upfield. He's going to be caught for a loss all the way back on the 12. John Crane, the senior from Stuart, Florida, in back on the 12-yard line. Temperature now 36 degrees. I've just been handed a note that it's dropped to 36 as the sun begins to go down here at Legion Field. Franklin is very wide left. Robbins and Patton are on the right side. And Crane is back to throw again. Alabama trying to blitz. Good job blocking up there. The pass incomplete, intended for Robbins. Broken up defensively for Alabama by Murray Legg. And Gusty, let's give credit, because I'll tell you, Frank Warren, the freshman, was blocking two Alabama men who were coming on a blitz. I don't know if you caught that or not. Dead ball foul, offsetting personal fouls. It's third down, and here's a handoff to Brooks, and he is going to be caught back on the 11, and Auburn will look at fourth down now. From the 11-yard line, will be 4th and 19, as Brooks had no running room at all. He was picked off by David Hanna, and Skip Johnston will come in to punt with 8:13 remaining in the football game.
And you have to be careful in this position. You can't let up. They've got Nathan back, and they're going to try to block it and get some more points.
Alabama would dearly love to block a kick on Auburn. They have for 4 or 5 years, but they're not going to get this one. Johnston puts it out. Nathan is circling over, going to catch it on the run at the 48, and he's tripped up and falls forward to about the 43. Good coverage by a young freshman down under there, 46 yards on the punt, and good coverage for Auburn down under the play. I think Troy Wagner was down under there, and it will be first and 10 Alabama on the 43. All right, let's check the side lineup now. They've got Stedman. That is a gain of 8, second down and 2. Ogilvy, Eichner, and Faust is the fullback behind Stedman Shealy. Gus?
Nice pitch that time by Shealy. They really caught Auburn off guard, running to the weak side and into the short side of the field. Caught them a little by surprise, and they picked up pretty good yardage.
Shealy is a sophomore from Dothan. He's 6 feet and 186. Wishbone intact with a single wide out left. 2nd and 2, and here comes Ogilvy into the 30, into the 28-yard line. Major Ogilvy taking it down to about the 28, where it will be 1st and 10 for Alabama. 1st and 10 for the Tide. Ricky Allen, defensive tackle, made the play. 7 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Clock stops for the first down, and then they crank it up again. 41-14, Alabama in front. Single wide out is Keith Pugh on the right side. Wishbone backfield behind Shealy. Stedman Shealy gives it to his fullback, Faust. Faust running through a tackle at the 25, gets on down to about the 22 before he's stacked up. Donnie Faust racked up on about the 23-22. Freddie Smith is there. Bob Rhodes is there, and also pursuing the play, coming across. Ball on the 23. They got 2nd and 5. Wishbone intact again, and here comes little Lou Eichner. He's across the 20 into the 18. I think he's got his first down at about the 17-yard line. Lou Eichner on the carry. Big Anthony Jones grabbed him by the ankles, junior from here in Birmingham, and Ricky Allen helped out on the tackle. And let's see, is this close enough for a measurement? No, it is a first down without the measurement. 1st and 10, Alabama. With that first backfield, first time that Johnny Davis hasn't been in there when Alabama's had the ball. Here's a give to the fullback, Faust, and he's into about the 16. Not too much running room inside. A couple of yards for Donnie Faust as he took the quick handoff. Bob Rhodes was there defensively for Auburn. Pugh is left. Everyone else in tight. Stedman Shealy to fakes to Faust. Kept it himself. Turned it up. He got to the 10. He got to the 5. He scores. Stedman Shealy on a quarterback keep. Took it in from the 15. Made a good fake to his fullback. An excellent fake inside to Faust. Then he kept the ball and took it down the sideline. And Stedman Shealy scores. 5:02 remaining, a 15-yard touchdown run by Stedman Shealy. So they change kickers. Barry Smith will try this point after. The ball is on the tee. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With timeout on the field to score, Alabama 48, the Auburn Tigers 14. Smith is going to move on the football, and he kicks it pretty hard. It's a squibbler caught on the bounce by Powell again. He's out to the 40. He's out to the 44, 45-yard line. Ray Powell caught that squibbler on the first bounce and brings it to the 45, where Auburn will play it 1st and 10. Dusty, I think you probably mentioned at halftime the senior watch banquet, the Jefferson County Auburn Club, the senior banquet. They'll be honoring all the football seniors December 15th, 7:30 at the Hyatt House in Birmingham. So we hope that all Auburn alumni contact the Jefferson County Auburn Club if you'd like to attend that senior banquet. Charlie Trotman is back in at quarterback now, and Rusty Bird is wide right. Trotman is going to bring Byron Franklin inside on the end around, but it didn't work because the Alabama defense had penetrated too much and knocked him down. David Hanna, the first one there, along with Byron Bragg. All right, wide outs to either side. Charlie Trotman with the eye of Brooks and Andrews behind him. Trotman is back to throw. Trotman is scrambling away from the rush. Now he throws it on the run downfield. He's got a man open. Bird at the 20. He's into about the 19. We're looking back upfield. No flag. I wasn't sure if Trotman had crossed the line of scrimmage or not. Bird makes the catch. Eric Schumann, a senior from Blue Island, Illinois, makes the tackle, and it's 1st and 10 Auburn on the 20. Gusty, Trotman must have been very close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
He was right at the line of scrimmage if he didn't go over. A nice pass by Trotman.
Rusty Bird has really gotten himself open. Bird is wide right. Here's Trotman the end around to Franklin going the other way now. Franklin trying to get wide, coming down the far sideline to about the 15. That play never really opened up like you wanted it to, but he got away from one tackler, Bruce Hodges, who had him in trouble at the 20. Franklin got away from Hodges, took it into the 15. So, well, they marked him out of bounds on the 16. Call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6 to go. They still have, I believe, their starting tackles in there. We'll check it out and see. I see Jones is still out there. Here comes motion out of Powell, the right side. And here's Trotman wanting to throw again. He got it away quickly. McCall at the 5, into the 3. He juggled the ball. Got it down to about the 3. It's 1st and goal to go. Reese McCall almost dropped that thing. He juggled it. He was wide open at the 5, but then he locked up on the ball and held it, and it's 1st and goal to go.
But he is a good receiver. That time he took it in and picked up the first down.
All right, here comes the give to Brooks, and Brooks is going to get virtually nothing as they pile up the right side. Ball stays on the 2, 2nd and goal to go. Had McCall caught that ball cleanly, he might have been able to score. I'm not sure. He delayed, of course, while he was juggling it, and that let the pursuit get to him. Our eyes set to the right side. Andrews, Christie, and Brooks in there. Here's the fake to Brooks. Trotman on the option, pitching to Andrews. Andrews is going to score. Great block out there, Reese McCall. Reese McCall really stayed after Mike Tucker and took him out. That really isn't fair, Gusty. Mike Tucker is 6 feet 174, and McCall is 6'7", 231, but there have been a lot of unfair things going the other way, so we'll take it.
I was about to say, I didn't think we worried about that when it's in this football game. Anyway, that time, good block. Andrews makes a good run, and one thing you have to give credit to is Trotman. He held it there as long as he could hold it, made the pitch late, and put him out there in the open. 55 yards in 6 plays on the touchdown drive, and 21st point against that Tide defense. Here is the ball on the tee. Portela kicks it up out of Christie's hold. It's good. With timeout on the field, the score, Alabama 48, the Auburn Tigers 21. Kevin Hardy knocked him down. The ball had been recovered by Ricky Allen, but the referee ruled the ball was dead before the fumble, and that'll be the final play of the game. 3, 2, 1. Alabama a winner over Auburn, 48-21 here at Legion Field. All right, that's the end of the game. We'll be back with a summary in just a moment. The final score, Alabama 48, the Auburn Tigers 21. All right,
Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Did you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a Coke, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, when the midday sun takes over. Coke, it's life. Coca-Cola, it's life.
Good folks getting together, sharing the life the South is living. Part of that life is sharing and giving, the taste of golden flakes.
'Cause they've got Southern Fried Crunch. You can eat them by the bunch. Golden flake potato chips with Southern Fried Crunch. Golden flake potato chips, you can eat them by the bunch. Golden flake, the only chips with Southern Fried Crunch.
Coach, the Southeastern Conference is having its annual December meeting. It's actually here in November, but anything important we be going on?
Well, everything that we do is important, Charlie. I don't know anything that I could mention is important. If it was important, I wouldn't be mentioning. It starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon. But what I'd like to do right now is to thank our sponsors for putting us on this year, having us on. I appreciate it very much, and I want to thank Frank Taylor and everyone here, the entire crew, all the pretty little ladies and the men that do all the work. And they do work hard, Charlie.
They sure do.
Night and day, and do all that traveling. And, of course, the sponsors, the Coke, Gold Flake, the bank, they make it possible for Mother to live a little better, and we appreciate that. Besides, I like the Coke and Golden Flake. I like to borrow something with the bank, but they want a financial statement.
Coach, let's have featured players. I believe this week we've got the seniors, if you'd comment.
I asked him to put the seniors on. I told him about Johnny Davis. That's Coach Bill Oliver. He was in charge of the game. Did an excellent job. Bill played at Alabama, as you know, and coached at high school and then at Auburn and then back at Alabama. Ozzie Newsome from Leeton. If I missed any of the seniors, or if anyone missed them, I'm sorry. We'll certainly miss Oz, that's for sure. And he's a great football player, a real class person, and he'll go far, I think, and make a lot of money. David Sadler from K-Dash, Kentucky, one of our holler guys and a good one, too. He keeps things lively around practice, and he practices what he preaches, too. Chip Tillman. Chip has put an awful lot into football at Alabama. He's from Panama City, Florida. He worked awfully hard for a long period of time. Same for Jim Bradford from Montgomery, Alabama. They're not blessed with all the ability in the world. And Lewis Green, he's contributed much. He's played several positions. He's works at center every week, too. And Bill Anderson from Tuscaloosa, who's been injured a lot, played a couple of different positions, played end and tackle. Bob Crider from O'Fallon Township, Illinois, he was injured during the game. It's hard for me to realize that these guys are seniors now. It seemed like yesterday, the little fuzzy-faced freshman. Neil Calloway from Macon, Georgia, he's one of our fine seniors, plays several positions, and he's blessed with that type of talent. Tim Hurst, from Darmanville. I don't know why he's doing the other direction there. Well, I couldn't say. John David Crow from Tuscaloosa. His father is now coach at Northeast Louisiana. He was here yesterday. And Donnie Fowles from Fairhope. Donnie played most everything, but he's the leader of our specialty teams and plays also. Pete Cabot. Pete's senior year has been a sad one. He played regular last year, was an outstanding football player, been out there all year. If it wasn't for the rule, I'd have stopped him from playing and let him help us coach. Dewey Mitchell from Tampa, Florida. He moved over to Ian this year and did a great job, and without it, I don't know what would have happened to us. And Bruce Hodges, I was saying earlier, from Sarasota. Bruce played two positions, Ian and tackle, played both sides, and he gave up baseball to do it, and we tried to get him to play baseball. But he had another year of baseball to play, and that was Terry Jones from Sandersville, Georgia, who made some sacrifices too, but it'll be to his own good. In fact, I've asked Senior Bowl to take him down. Eric Schumann from Blue Island, Illinois. I missed one in between
Jack
there.
Smalley, Coach.
Jack Smalley from Tuscaloosa, from over in Georgia, lived in Tuscaloosa. Now Daddy played at Alabama. Mike Kramer from Mobile, Alabama. Ken Donahue. Ken went to Tennessee. He's our defensive coordinator and a real hard worker, believe you me. Mal Moore, the offensive coordinator. He went to the University of Alabama, as so many of our people did. And a real important man in our staff is Jim Goosetree. He's not only the trainer, but he does a lot of things. Sylvester Kroom, he went to Alabama, made All-American, and so did Paul Crane. He went to Alabama, All-American. Some of our young coaches. Paul is not as young as he used to be, though. I keep thinking of him. And Jeff Rousey, one of our young coaches, also went to Alabama. They were all great players. Jeff would have made All-American his senior year had it not been for that automobile accident, I'm sure. George Shorty White, a very successful high school coach and doing a fine job at Alabama. He coached out here at Banks, is where he came to us. The governor, Jack Rutledge, he's coached around in the high schools, and he's been with us some time. He played on our 61 championship team. Dee Powell from Texas A&M was with us when we first came here, and he's back with us now. Does an excellent job. Bobby Marks played at Texas A&M. He's been with us 5 or 6 years now. He has a son at Kansas. Has one on Tuscaloosa High School, and I think it's a good prospect. Bryant Pooh from Texas, and he'd been coaching down in Mississippi, and he came back. He was with us and Johnny Davis from Montgomery, Alabama, and we'll miss old John, believe you me, a great football player. And Mike Tucker from Alexander, Alabama. And I'll tell you something else, Charlie, I'd like to do. I believe Mike's the last one.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to thank the Birmingham Police, the Tuscaloosa Police, the Highway Patrol, and people around at the hotels and motels where we've been stopping, because they've been great to us. Many courtesies have been extended to us, and we appreciate it very much. Particularly Captain Miller and Captain Nichols, who's part of our team. Dr. Brock, and Dr. DeShazo, and Dr. Dandies, and so many people have a lot to do with our operation out there, and we are grateful to all of them.
Well, Coach, the Sugar Bowl's coming up, Ohio State, and do you know anything about Ohio State?
No, I really don't. We'll swap some film with them. I saw part of one game, but I know anytime Woody Hayes sends a team out there, they will be fundamentally sound, they will be tough, and they will get after you. They're from the Big Ten. I'm happy we're playing a Big Ten team, because we haven't played one since I've been there, since I can remember. I think it should be a great game. We carry out our part, and I think we will. We'll announce some practice plans and some plans. I'll probably talk with Woody, and we'll get together on some agreements, and I think they're going down much earlier than we will. And we're going to do some things to try to rebuild our kicking game. That's one thing we're going to do, if it's like I thought it was. But it's a great challenge for us. I think we have a chance still. We still have a chance to show whether we're a great team or not. And I think we have enough class to do it. We'll find out.
Coach, I'd like to thank you for the privilege of working with you again this year, and particularly to our sponsors and who make it all possible, of course. And as we said, everybody who works on the show, they do such a great job. And certainly know that I look forward. I hope that they'll have us back again next year.
Well, I hope same things. I hope we're back at Alabama next year too, and I'm planning on being there.
See you again.
This is Charlie Thorne, inviting you to join us again next year for another season of the Bear Bryant Show. Brought to you by
Miller's. and by United American Bank.